All right, welcome back to colbertradio.com. This is the review segment for a show that John and Brooke recently attended from a very famous comedian, a guy who is absolutely hilarious, and he signed a baseball for John, which John gets a major kick out of. His name is Lewis Black. And since we've decided to put Brooke on the spot tonight, this is Brooke's very first Brooke Fox-driven, Brooke Fox-created, Brooke Fox-related segment. It's called Outfoxed with Brooke Fox. So, Brooke, why don't you tell us how you felt about Lewis Black?
Well, it's the second time I saw him.
Good.
So, I really enjoyed it.
Well, obviously, if you bought a second ticket,
Yes.
yeah. Was it the same act as the first time you saw him?
No. I saw him in D.C. 4 years ago or something. So.
Well, he'd only been doing stand-up for about 2 years at that point.
Yeah.
Because he admitted last night he's only been doing stand-up for about 6 years.
Yeah.
What did he do beforehand? Just the Daily Show?
He was a playwright.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was a writer for the Daily Show, but before that, he tried for many years to try to be a playwright.
I can't imagine a play that Lewis Black wrote.
Yeah, well,
Neither can anybody else. That's why he's doing stand-up. Yeah, Lewis Black would be the first to admit that. No, you don't make any money as he's made a lot of money in comedy, but he's made no money as a playwright.
He seems too cynical to be a playwright and not pretentious enough. Because he makes fun of himself just as much as he's a little too self-effacing to be a playwright in my opinion. He's not snobby enough.
Self-effacing? Would you use that to describe Lewis Black?
I don't think that's.
I don't know. Honestly, now tell us, what did you think about his performance last night?
Saturday.
I'm sorry, Saturday night. Yeah,
Last
I've
night,
lost time. I got no sleep last night. I lost time.
Our bad.
All right, so what do you think?
I really enjoyed it. I mean, he obviously covers political stuff, and I totally agree with the legalized pot. We'd be rolling in.
You know, strange enough for a conservative, I agree with that too.
You'd be amazed at how many conservatives do.
It makes, yeah, I'd say.
Look at it anyway.
I don't care. You legalize smack, legalize crack. I don't care. You want to kill yourself? I'm just tired of paying for it. It makes it. I know, but just I wouldn't advise anybody to do that. But I'm with you. I agree with Lewis Black on that one. So anyway, what else did he talk about last night?
Thinking, buffering. So he covered politics, but I'm sure that was most of the show.
He talked a lot about. He and John Bowman, who was the comic who opened for him last night, talked a lot about the show they had just done in Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And how those people was one of the worst audiences. They were blind, stinking drunk or something when they came in. And he said, and the guy goes, it's a Thursday night. And I said, these people were unbelievably obnoxious and drunk. And I mean, it's just that they couldn't believe it. I said, what's going on? It's Thursday. It's not even the weekend yet. And that's the way the folks, I guess, are in Savannah. We were a much more civil audience, weren't we?
Well, that just proves the superiority of Charleston over Savannah.
Now,
We've all known that.
People would heckle them, heckle John Bowman, and they'd heckle Lewis Black.
In Charleston?
Yeah, they got heckled last night, but I think they did it more or less really to get zinged by them. I think they wanted to get zinged by them.
Well, they're good.
And they got zinged.
Lewis Black is whipped.
I wouldn't have done it.
No.
Keep my mouth shut. What?
Do you have an example, Brooke? I want to hear from you. This is outfoxed. Was there an example of the heckling?
No, it's very little you can quote because, I mean, my God, they did drop a lot of F-bombs, didn't they?
I'm sure it was very blue.
Yeah.
Not as blue as you would suspect, but, you know, that's the kind of audience it is. It's very interesting because it's a very different kind of audience you would see than you would have, like, for example, when I took your mother-in-law to see Rodney Carrington.
Yes.
You know, but what really surprised me about Lewis Black last night was how many seats were unsold.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. We had about 60% capacity.
I don't think a lot of people know him. It's like
well, he's only really well known on cable, and his brand of comedy and The Daily Show. This is a pretty conservative part of the country. And these shows are known for their liberal bias, which I actually enjoy. Funny is funny. I don't care. Funny is funny. But a lot of people around here they don't seem to be able to separate their politics from their entertainment, and that's unfortunate because they missed a wonderful performance.
You have to separate your politics.
You have to separate it.
Politics is politics. You start getting too worked up about it, your blood pressure will go through the roof. You'll wind up mean.
That's right. Lewis Black wound up like Percy. Lewis Black did say he was upset that people keep referring to President Obama as a socialist. He said, "I can promise you he's not a socialist." He said, "Because I am one." And he's not a member of the club.
Now, see, I could laugh at that.
Yeah, it was very funny. When he picked on George Bush, he picked on Bill Clinton for good measure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he kept it balanced. He kept, he kept it. You got to give him that. He kept it balanced.
You know, he's a comedian. He doesn't have to keep it balanced. But we're hijacking Brooks.
Like I once heard a great comic tell me that my job is not to be fair. My job is to be funny.
That's right.
And but I thought Lewis Black did a very nice job. I would certainly go see him again. I thoroughly enjoyed him very much, and I got a chance to go back and meet him.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. We'll talk about that later.
You didn't, though?
No.
Oh, you were with the peasants?
Yes.
The peasant class,
that's
right.
You're not of blood?
No.
No. Well, you know, Drew's available. You're marrying into the family. You probably
That's right.
You know,
Okay.
catch that boy before he goes to Germany and gets him a St. Pauli girl.
What surprised me about Lewis Black is that he looks, for some strange reason to me and to my wife, he looks tall when he's on television.
Right.
And he even looked tall to me when he's on the stage. Don't get me wrong, not NBA tall, but he looked like he should be about 6 feet, 6'1", something like that. He just looks tall to me. And then I go in and meet him, and he's about 5'9".
So is he as tall as you? Or?
He's a little bit taller than me, but not much. He's certainly shorter than Drew.
Okay.
And Drew's, what, 5'10" and a half, I think, almost 5'11". Lewis Black would clearly be shorter than Drew. I'm looking Lewis Black almost dead in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I can't look my son dead in the eye. I got to look up at him. Thank God for that, for small favors.
Oh, yeah.
But he was very personable. And John Bowman, we should say something about John Bowman, don't you think?
Yeah.
The opening act?
What do you think?
I enjoyed him. Actually, when I was coming into the Performing Arts Center, where I parked, we had to go back around like the loading dock area, and he was out back with his little ukulele, and I didn't know who it was, and I was like,
plays the ukulele?
Yeah.
And so I was like,
for about 3 seconds.
I hope that's funny.
It is, because he's doing plugs for these manufacturers of various things. He said, "I get a couple of bucks for this." So he mentioned the name of the ukulele. He mentioned the name of a toy or something he had. Oh God, do you remember the toy, the parrot?
Yeah, I couldn't hear some of it just because
That's because the parrot was cursing a blue streak. I mean, the most foul language you could possibly imagine, because it came from the toy section of a gift shop at the hotel in Las Vegas, the children's toy section.
And he started.
And this parrot flaps his wings and it starts saying the most unbelievable things. And he says, and when the parrot's done, he looks at the audience and says, "Don't take your children to Las Vegas." This is not a fair. I don't care what anybody says. Don't take them there.
No, it's Sin City. Why would you?
Dad, can I have that MF and parrot there, to keep my room? It was very funny. So we enjoyed. So it was John Bowman was the opening act. He was very good, but and a different kind of comedy. Lewis Black is more cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
He's more topical, huh?
he gets so,
And that finger.
He's
Gets
very
that finger going.
twitchy.
Yeah, and he's kind of even keel, and then he does that, and then he screams or
Yeah, it can come out of nowhere, but it's really very funny. He shakes like the leaves on the trees in a windstorm. He does, doesn't he? And that's not part of the act. You go back to meet him back there, and he's still shaking. When I got him to autograph this baseball right here,
was the only time you saw him not.
Let me tell you, he didn't just whip through it with the marker. He wrote very slowly and deliberately, and he'll talk about the fact that he shakes so much.
Why is it?
I don't know.
No.
He just does.
Caffeination.
It could be. Anyway, so Brooke, I'm going to let you call the shots on this one. What are we going to get? How many palmettos are we going to give Lewis Black? What do you think?
I think I know what it's going to be.
5.
Yes, I was right.
Now, John Bowman.
4.
Okay, that's fair. He's the opening act. He's
not bad for an opening act.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 palmettos is a pretty good deal. Okay, we're about to lose our time slot here. So there we are, our review of Lewis Black and John Bowman, and we'll be right back with colbertradio.com.